Hi ladies, Kevin Carr here for The Road of Love. Today I want to talk about the 3 stages of a relationship and why it's important. You see, these 3 stages, they were designed by Mother Nature. The reason why they're designed in their stages the way they are is because you have to follow them in order for you to have a nice, fulfilling, long-term relationship. You have to do it in the order in which it was designed. Now, the first stage, the attraction stage. You see, this stage, you have no control over. You have no idea who you're attracted to. You may think you have an idea who you're attracted to, but the one who you actually end up liking, you have no control over that. But what you do have a control over is you want to make sure you ask yourself a question. You want to make sure you ask yourself, can we be friends? Because in this stage, in the attraction stage, you want to make sure that you plant the seeds of communication. And the best way to find out, can you be friends, is through laughter. Because when the both of you guys are talking and getting along and things are going well, are you laughing? Because if you are laughing, then that's a good sign. But if you're not laughing, then that tells you all it is already. You see, you're going to be attracted to him. It's there. It's happening. You're talking to him. You want to make sure that you have communication, and that seed of communication has got to be planted here. And you have to recognize when it is being planted through laughter. That's very important. So now that you and him are getting together and everything is going fine, you start moving down to the intimacy stage. Now you see this stage, ladies, what you're asking yourself, do we have a physical connection? Do we get along physically? You see, you've already established friendship and some communication in the first stage. But now in this stage, do we get along physically? And because of the communication, you can explore, you can talk, you can find out. And you're going to find out a lot through your feeling, how you feel in this stage. That's how you get your answer. Do I feel good? You're going to know if he feels good or not, because if he's not, he's out. But in this stage, ladies, you're establishing something now. You're establishing physical connection. But now in this stage, this is when you start to ask yourself, are we headed in the same direction? Because you have a clock inside of you, ladies. You have a clock that basically says, it's time to move on. You know when it's time to go from one stage to the next. You have an internal timing. So when you're in this intimacy stage, you start to feel like, okay, well, we've been doing this for a while now. Now it's time for us to move on to something else. We need to move to something different. That's when you start asking yourself, are we headed in the same direction? So now this third stage, the roles and responsibility stage, this stage is where you're actually going to find out if you and him are seeing things the same way going into the future. This is where you're going to find out if he wants to build with you and both of you can carry on, or he doesn't want to. But here is where you really understand the whole totality of everything. Because from the first stage where you've planted that seed of communication through the intimacy stage, now in the roles and responsibility stage, that seed of communication that was planted, now it has grown. Now it's had some time to actually blossom. So now you can communicate with each other while you discuss your roles and responsibilities. That's the best way for it to happen. You see, I've been married for 21 years. And me and my wife, we have very clear roles. There's things that she do that she's good at that I let her do, and there's some things that I'm good at that she lets me do. We basically help each other on that way going. So we both have our roles and responsibilities, and that makes our lives much easier as we go forward. If you're in a relationship right now, or this stage, and the man that you're with does not want to actually do that with you right now, then it's very clear he does not want to build with you to go forward. So ladies, what I want you to do right now is to stop and look around and see exactly where you are right now in your relationship. Are you in the attraction stage? You're just getting started. Are you in the intimacy stage where it's getting going? Or are you in the roles and responsibility stage where now it's time to actually build and grow together? So I need you to look into that, exactly where you are in your relationship. Now ladies, if you have found this information useful, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, and I mean any questions at all, feel free to comment below. This is Kevin Carr for The Road of Love, and I'll see you next time.